Hello everyone, welcome to our channel of Cashback and Miles Credit Card. Today ये अपने चैनल का पहला वीडियो होने वाला है, so it is very special. But sadly we have to start with the Axis Bank Horizon devaluation news. बाकी आप सबको बहुत बहुत hard. Everyone, before starting about the devaluation, let's go through the feature and benefits of the card, which is very important to understand where the card is exactly devalued and where we should not be using it. So if we look at the feature and benefits, there is a very important factor of welcome benefits. So whenever you pay the joining fees of 3,000 rupees for this card, you get 5,000 age miles credited for the first transaction, which is more than or equal to 1,000. And there is a renewal benefit added 15,000 age miles, 1,500 on completion of your anniversary year. Basically, आप लोग जब भी कार्ड रिन्यू करते हो, you will get another 1,500 age miles. तो ज्वाइनिंग पे 5,000 एज आपको मिलते हैं 3,000 की स्पेंड पे, और रिन्यूअल पे 1,500 एमएल आपको मिलते हैं। नाउ क्या होता था, वेल मोस्ट ऑफ द पीपल विल बी टेकिंग दिस कार्ड पेइंग 3,000 रुपीज प्लस जीएसटी 5,000 एज miles, which in Accor value is currently standing at 10,000 rupees. Accor conversion is at 2 currently. So 3,000 rupees you get 10,000, which can make you book two Accor 3 to 4 star properties for 2 days. In renewal, you see only on paying 3,000, you get 1,500 air miles, which is 3,000 Accor values. So basically, you are only paying 600 for the GST. So this card used to make a lot of sense in the beginning. But now that Accor is gone, most of the value we will be getting in terms of economy class booking, which no other influencer will be telling you these days, is maximum zero point 0.6 to 1, or if you are very good at redemption, maybe 2. But that takes a lot of planning and a lot of hassle to do it. So people who were actually taking this card just to have an easy redemption process, well, that is gone. One silent devaluation and everything has changed. Other features that are noteworthy, you get 5 miles every spent on Xbank travel Edge portal and only direct airline websites like Air India, Indigo, Air India Express, or any other website. No other third party OTAs. Even no hotel bookings. The card has a good base rate rewards of 2 age miles per 100. It even works on jewelry, point to be. So what changed? We have been talking about this devaluation, so we need to first understand what has Axis Bank done with its redemption partner. So a recent update has made some changes to the travel edge portal. Axis Horizon has removed its best travel hack that every Axis card spender used to do, that is transfer to Accor, because it straight gives away 2 rupees per point in today's market value. So once Accor has removed from its travel partner, your sudden valuation has dropped by around 50%. Now the most of the redemptions that you will be doing, be it in airlines or other hotel bookings, point to be noted, I am not calculating the premium, economy and the business class value points. So those can be redeemed at 1 to 3 rupees per reward point value or age mile value. But if you are redeeming it without a lot of proper planning, you will at max get a zero point 0.5 to zero point 0.6 value. We'll discuss this more about in our upcoming slides. Why are we speaking like that? Now, this strategy needs some reset. The card is not dead. In upcoming slides, we'll understand what has actually been changed and how we can plan accordingly and plan a better redemption value. Let's understand why Accor was a gold mine. The milestone bonuses. So when you pay the joining fees, you get 5,000 age miles, which is 10,000 in Accor value. As we have already discussed, for the 3,000 rupee plus GST card, you are getting 10,000 value. Accor has a fixed value, and that is why we always used to transfer this into Accor terms. On renewal also, you are getting 1.5 age miles, which is 3000 acre value. So basically, it is covering the joining fees except the GST part. It has a very easy transfer, 1 is to 1 into acre, and the redemption value in acre we all know it comes at 40 euros, which is 2000 points के block पे ये होता है. So that is equivalent to 4000 value across all acre properties. So basically, you get a 10% effective value on direct flight bookings. On direct flight bookings, you get 5 edge miles, which transfer to 10 rupees value in Accor, and hence it is a 10% reward point. Very easy, very straightforward. But going forward, we need to change our strategy. Now we need to understand where the value is still exists in this card. It has an expanded list of travel partners in Travel Edge. So basically, every Accor property has. So Axis Bank is tied to other transfer partners in such a way that you can still play the airline miles game. Air India, you can get zero point 0.5 to 1 reward point in economy classes and 2 to 3 reward points in business classes, especially after the major revaluation of Air India program or Maharaja program that has currently been reinstated. Singapore Airlines, you can still get zero point 0.6 to 1.2 rupees, sweet spot, very good, part of a Star Alliance program. And even Cathay Pacific, you can get zero point 0.5 to zero point 0.9. Hotels, I would not recommend. So basically, ITC, it is a fixed point value. You can probably get 1 rupees per point, but the hotels are kindly on a slightly higher budget range. Marriott, there are limited partners through which you can transfer to Marriott, but again, Marriott points are very overrated and they have been very much inflated these days. So I do not recommend this. In Travel Edge aggregator, also you can get zero point 0.5 to 1 reward point. So basically 5 edge miles, which is slightly on the lower side. And then there is another option to do it in vouchers, which gives you zero point 0.2 to zero point 0.4 and definitely something you should not be doing. So you need to understand the strategic shift Axis Bank has done to these consumers. It was never meant to be this easy. Earlier, you used to do it in Accor, which has a fixed value. Now there is a dynamic ecosystem travel edge. So we need to plan our redemptions. The insight I am trying to draw here is this card is still valuable if and only if you do the reward redemptions very smart, do it in premium economic cabins. That is where the value lies in Axis cards. Now we are going to discuss the best alternative cars after Axis Horizon devaluation. So the entry level cars that I will be suggesting you guys is American Express ecosystem that you can enter into. Currently, Plat Travel is devalued, but you can go for gold or MRCC cars using the downgrade option that is there. So you can practically get around 6 to 10% of Marriott Bonvoy property points, which comes roughly around zero point 0.6 to zero point 0.1 or 1 rupees per point. So it is a decent option to start with Amex ecosystem. Next, I would suggest you to go into HDFC Bank at this point of sorry, at this price point. So you can start with HDFC Regalia Gold. There is a devaluation plus a devaluation that has happened to Regalia Gold. We'll discuss this in further more details in our upcoming videos. But the cards that you can target are Dinos Black. Also, if you have a higher salary range, you would get a much good reward, base reward rate of 3% to 10% in flights and hotels. But the game changer and the new age challenger that we currently have is HSBC Travel One card. So HSBC Travel One card still helps you to do a one-to-one accord transfer with its 20 plus partners list. It has a global partner list which is very widespread and very strong, and you get the fixed 2 reward points per accord value. So basically, on flights, you get 16% reward points, and on hotels, you get 24% reward points. In accord terms, you get 32% reward points on flights and 48% reward points hotel bookings. Now the caveat to this card is prices has in Hopper are slightly on a higher range. And what is Hopper? That is a HSBC Travel One portal through which you need to book your flights and hotels to get this kind of reward points. So the insight that we currently are trying to drive in our channel is there is a no single card that can actually minimize the loss for Horizon card. The suggestion I would say is if you are eligible for HSBC Travel One and you are staying in the tier one cities or the cities that HSBC Travel One covers, go ahead for HSBC Travel One. It's a no BS card. Although the joining fees and the annual fees are 2x the Horizon, but it is a very good card to have in your wallet. But you can always do a combination of Axis and some HDFC Regalia Gold or HDFC Regalia Gold plus Amex MRCC. So that would be something if you are not eligible for HSBC Travel One, you should be looking at. In 2026, flexibility is more valuable than the raw reward rate after all the credit card devaluations we have seen in this era. With this, we come to our end of the first video on the Axis Horizon devaluation and what is our best strategies going forward for this card. If you have taken this card just for its joining and renewal benefits, is good. You go ahead and close this. Or if you have already paid your joining fees, try to negotiate with Axis Bank to get his joining fees reversed and see if you have an upgrade eligible. Try for Magnus for Burgundy or any other cards for that matter. Thank you everyone. Please do like, share, subscribe. It's a very important to go ahead and subscribe to the new channel to make the algorithm work. Please help me with any kind of suggestions or any other topic or future videos that you guys want on my channel. Thank you everyone for staying till the end, and we shall plan our finances very, very strictly and in a proper way going forward. So please follow my channel, press the bell icon, and never miss a deal for latest travel hacks and credit card offers. Thank you, everyone.